good evening to all of you. So the demo session would be the complete LIMS workflow, how it would be, and the introduction of LIMS and a LIMS model information. So it would be it would be the complete session from day 1 to day. It would be the classes will be uh, scheduled. So upcoming sessions. So how many of you are aware about the LIMS in this session? Whoever joined, could you please raise your hands?
So
If
everybody,
you are
you have
aware,
an option to raise a hand actually. Yeah.
okay, Pratibha, Virendra, and okay, okay. So you people are having the experience about which type of limbs? Like there is a different type of limbs are available in industry, like labware, caliber, thermo fisher scientific, bioviva, and as well as labvantage. So different type of limbs are available. So you are having any experience or handling of like as an end user or like a master data creator or development side? If anybody is having any idea about what type of kind of LIMS functionalities are available and how it would be work, those kind of things. If anybody is having, please, uh, you are raising the hands already, right? So, okay. So I can cover all the LIMS introduction and as well as the how many modules will be covered in the upcoming sessions. So if anybody is having doubts and any questions are, so you can ask me in the end of the session. So first we cover all the type of topics in this demo session. What is the history of in history of LIMS and LIMS? What is the LIMS contents? How the LIMS can be works? Hello,
Hello,
hello.
Karthik Reddy. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes.
Actually, one of my friend is there in the call. Actually, he's waiting. Actually, can you
Yes,
made him
yes, they
join?
can.
Actually,
Yeah, yeah. Please.
Naveen
So
is there.
Okay, okay, okay. So,
no one is in a lobby. I think he's clicking in the wrong link, I think. Ask him to join with the correct link.
No, actually, see, meeting participants. I went to meeting participants. Is there right? Others invited like that. It is there. Naveen Darapu, Naveen Kumar Darapu.
Just a minute, let me check.
Yeah.
So are you able to see that, Naveen Kumar? Who,
mm,
who
uh,
is who is asking this question? This Naveen? Because I'm not able to see the Naveen is in a lobby actually. And there is no acceptance. It's like a auto anybody can join without any acceptance. Okay, so might be his joining through another link. Not sure actually. So send him the correct link so that he can join with the correct link.
okay.
Yeah, you can continue, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So, as I said already about this, the complete introduction and what is the LIMS modules can be available in LIMS. So those things can be covered. So let me start the introduction of LIMS. So history of laboratory data management in this in 1980s there is a like complete paper based people are following. So LIMS is generally people are following the pharmaceutical organizations, oil industries, and clinical industries, and research and development industries related to the pharmaceutical organizations as well as whether it is API industries in pharmaceuticals, whether it is injectables or oral capsules and different type of organizations which are related to the pharmaceuticals and as well as oil industries. So the things is here the prior to 1980s the people are following the paper based. So there is no such kind of whatever we are currently using. Hello, please mute yourself. Somebody is speaking. So prior to 1980, there is a like paper-based people are following all the industries. So especially the pharmaceutical organizations also following at that time the paper based only. So like there is a pen, large bound books for data and sample tracking, chart paper, instrument printouts, pre-printed stationery, manually typed reports, and carbon copies. As well as like 1980, 1992, also 1982, 1992, 90, the expensive handheld calculations, sophisticated software, programs for data crunching, sample tracking that were difficult to us. So what would be the LIMS is at that time rudimentary, the commercial LIMS are available, but it is not like a sophisticated LIMS is not available at that time. So 1990, 1999 also the personal computers such initially the industry got from that like Microsoft and different type of vendors, so that the PCs and some type of kind of things are introduced at that time. So the analytical reports evolve from ground mail to overnight. These kind of things are mentioned. So the 21st century, now we are currently in that century. So the people, the laboratory data systems reach beyond sample, a simple lab sample tracking to web-based exchange of data, field sample barcoding. So the the complete scenario around here from 1990, 82 from 2022, currently what we are running this year. So the huge revolution was coming. So different kind of vendors are available with LIMS application. So why? Because we need to follow the LIMS. So the mainly the LIMS is main advantage in the quality control area, quality control laboratory. So paper based, if you are following, there is a lot of blunder mistakes can be happen, and there is no tracking of data automatically. Why? Because the paper based, the people are can be track like review and compliance point of view, and if any auditor has coming to the on-site audit. So at that time, if the data is available in the application, they can easily track and they can verify such kind of data, whatever they require. So for example, there is a validation batches if they want to do verify. So what kind of things if if they're implementing the LIMS application, they can just track with item code or whatever is like a LIMS lot number or batch number, whatever is there available. If they are searching easily, they can get the track data like test data sheets and as well as certificate of analysis, whatever they kind of like validation summary reports, whatever they require. So generally the stability. So here the huge kind of modules are available. There is a lot management, sample management, inventory management, instrument management. So, different kind of there is 8 to 9 type of modules are available in the current LIMS application. Whatever we are following paper based, those kind of things can be transferred to the LIMS application. So these things how we can implement this kind of through the validation. E-model lifecycle approach can be followed in the pharmaceutical organizations generally. So what is the LIMS? So how it could be useful in the regulatory industries? So it allows to effectively manage samples and associated data to improve lab efficiency, automate workflows, integrate instruments, and manage samples and associated information. Produce accurate, reproducible results faster and more reliability, and makes data from sequencing runs easier to store, track, and assess over time and across experiments. So here, if you are seeing here, so LIMS software is available, projects manager is available, workflow define, lab inventory manager. So all type of modules can be we can accumulate and we can deliver the things from the LIMS software. So if we are implementing the LIMS, so it would be as per the ALCO principle, we can get all type of tracking data, and we can generate the data from the LIMS, and it can be shown to the regulatory authorities whatever they require, especially from the pharmaceutical organizations. So here the ERP is Enterprise Resource Program, which would be required to the like SAP application. Laboratory equipment, we can interface with the different type of instruments like port-based, file-based instruments, and as well as chromatographic data accuracy systems like CDS systems. And accounting systems, like there is a from business intelligence point of prospect of view, like accounting systems, it would be like SAP application, and integrated management systems, which are like Trackwise and from different type of like document management system, learning management system. We can all the things we can integrate with the LIMS. So this is the his advantage. If we are implementing the LIMS, we can crossly integrate with different kind of applications which are related to the quality control laboratory. So if you are seeing here, LIMS contains customers, collection sites, preservatives, analysis method, employees, passwords, tests and test results, bottle types. So customers means there is a LIMS is having the all type of LIMS are having the there is a table manager concept. So each and every table manager having the different type of, like there is analysis, there is a product, there is a sample plan, there is a vendors, there is a suppliers and customers and units. This kind of all the things are available. So we can mention, like for example, there is a different type of customers are available with raw material and packing materials. So we can update the, as part of the master data, we can update those customers in the LIMS. And as well as the collection sites. Collection sites is like there is a different type of sites are available: site 1, site 2, site 3, site 4, site 5. We can update in the table manager under the sites table the sites related information. Preservatives, like there is a different kind of chemicals and inventory related information we can update in the LIMS as part of the master data. And analysis methods, different type of calculations we can put, like there is LOD, water content related, if anything is generally the analysis calculations would be like residual ignition, loss on drying and assay calculations, and viscosity, some kind of analysis calculations which are related to the product specifications we can update in the analysis master table. And employees, like employees, it would be like there is a whenever as part of the user information, we can create the user access request, we can create the employees in the LIMS. So this would be like a licensed information. Generally the each organization can be having the some license related employees. For example, in quality control laboratory, there is 20 people are there. 20 people we can get the access from the as part of the license from the vendor, and then we can provide the access to the employees. And passwords would be like there is a LDAP, low directory active protocol are related. Whatever is available, we can give the passwords also to the users. So it should be like authentically provided to the passwords. So it should be confidentiality can be maintained by the employees up for their responsibility, as per their responsibility. And test results we can get, and as well as bottle types, like different type of bottle types, like a volumetric flask and the conical flask. We can design through the visual workflow. So which type of bottle types can be required in the LIMS, and as well as sample matrix. What is the sample complete workflow we can maintain through the LIMS. And LIMS also includes sample tracking. Once the lab is generated as part of the lot management, and as well as the inventory management, sample is registration, and as well as the environment monitoring. A sample is once scheduling. After that, they done the sampling. After that, the sample can be received to the laboratory. The laboratory people can done the result, perform like analysis perform. Once completed, they can do the result entry, then review. After that, approval. These everything can be tracked through the LIMS. So sophisticated query searching, if you want to get any query related, for example, if you are getting some error, so if you are writing some ad hoc queries, you can get the why the mistake like error was happening, like runtime errors, some type of scheduling errors, whatever get from the end users. So the LIMS core team guy can be our development, like whoever having the technical knowledge, that guy can run the ad hoc query, so that he can easily get the information which type of error was occurring from the LIMS system. So instrument integration, we can integrate this different type of instruments to the LIMS application. Powerful reporting functionality means there is a certificate of analysis generation, and as well as summary reports generation, and as well as record of analysis or test data sheet generation can be possible. So parameters, control limits, we can put the like out of control limits and some type of parameters as part of the master data. So while doing the result entry by the any analyst, so if he is entering some out of spec values, and as actually he is getting some out of spec values. After that, once analysis is performed, so he needs to be enter the result entry. So if instrument interface is happening, automatically the results can be transferred from the parsing from the instrument to the uh, LIMS application. Automatically the out of control limit, out of trend related and as well as out of spec values can be get. Those can be triggered into the LIMS, so that people can be easily investigate why the mistake like OOS and OOT was generated. So integrated barcoding and integrated QA/QC functions, full audit trial, enterprise system integration. Enterprise system integration would be like there is a SAP application. So mainly the lot management related workflow. It would be the lots can be pushed from the SAP to LIMS. So this would be like there is a SAP LIMS interface should be validated. After that, we can give to the end users for the further routine operational usage. So full audit trail means there is a ALCO principle can be always applicable to the LIMS applications. So whenever the vendor choosing, like organization can be choosing the vendor, at that time we need to verify as part of the electronic record and electronic signatures whether the vendor which type of actions was performed. So these all the things we can get from the full audit trail. So integrated QA/QC functions. So it would be like there is a QA and QC related people. For example, there is a guys like QC approvers, QA approvers as part of the roles. If anybody is available in the like the business process, for example, there is a raw material packing materials in some organizations released from the QC functions, and finish report and stability related batches can be done from the QA functions. So it can be possible each organization to organization should be vary, and we can collaborate to the QC and QA persons from the business point of view. They can release the batches according to their requirement. So integrated barcoding is, for example, once the lot is generated and it would be received to the laboratory, like samples as a sample wise, like chemical related samples, microbiology samples. So at that time, the ones receiving the samples, they need to be print the labels for the sampling. So we can, if whenever printing was happening, like samples. So the printer like samples once generated, they need to be get the printer. So at that time, whenever the print was generated through the printer, so with label, the integrated barcoding can be print out on that label. So the if the barcoding is we can validate. So person can be through the barcode scanner, they can scan and they can get the what is the exact sample number, what is the lot information, what is the different related. So like what is the manufacturing quantity, everything can be triggered through the barcoding. So this would be like complete LIMS contents, how it would be can be tracked from the LIMS. So how the LIMS can be works. So master data, if you are seeing here, there is a master data workflows and as well as sample barcode labeling workflow, training records checking, inventory tracking standards, and approve result retest and external integration. If you are seeing here, masters and workflows, sample and test run. So it would be like here, organization can be planning. After that, roles and rights. So what is the roles, like for example different type of roles can be we can differentiate different type of roles in the LIMS, like there is analyst and as well as inventory manager and PC approver, QA approver, and instrument manager. We can update like stability reviewer, stability protocol reviewer, stability approver, so LIMS administrator. These kind of roles we need to assess while doing the validation testing as part of the OQ. Those roles can be due to the end user for the business perspective. So test and parameters and method, sampling points, specifications, workflows. So test test parameters method as part of the master data we need to prepare. So after the lot is generated and the sample can be in the workflow time, so people can be do the analysis perform. After that, the result entry, then review and approve. So sampling points, it would be like generally the sampling point like raw material, packing material, and finished code sampling points we can configure while doing the development testing in the development environment. Those can be transferred to the quality and production environments. So while performing the OQ time for the validation environment. So once delivering to the system to the end user, they can perform the regular activity to the sampling points in the production environment. So specification and workflows can be the visual workflows can be designed through the configuration, and as well as the specifications is like nothing but as a part of master data. So sample barcode, as I already earlier explained the earlier slide. So there is once the sample is received to the laboratory, so the people can be get the label from the like sample label, inventory label, whatever is there. So they can take the printout, and with the print there is a barcode label. Barcode also can be coming. So it would be as part of the validation. We need to do all these things. Barcode generation also, whether the barcode is properly generated or not. So if you are scanning through the barcode scanner, that particular barcode, so whether the sample is properly coming as per our requirement. Like for example, there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sample number is there. So through the barcode, whenever scanning through the barcode scanner, the sample number can be easily tracked. So sample receipts, sample storage. So there is a different kind of ambient temperature, refrigerator temperature, and as well as the freezer temperature. Ambient would be like 25 plus or minus 2 temperature. Refrigerator would be like 2 to 8 temperature, and freezer. So some kind of sterile manufacturers, they need to be follow the freezer conditions also. Whatever they required, they can update into the sample level. So those can be affixed into the particular container or sample covers for the tracking purpose. So sample routing and as well as removal attest. Sample routing, it would be like there is a work allocation, result entry, it would be coming as a sample routing. So add remove test as per the requirement. Sometimes the planner or supervisor can be remove their test and add their test. So generally it would not be recommended as part of the audit point of compliance, audit point and compliance point of view. So whenever this, if the business is ariser like the QC manager or QC head can be get the information like as part of the specification, so that test can be removed and can be added. But if you are doing like this, those type of tests cannot be reflected on the COA. So it would not be recommended whenever they require like any such kind of scenario. If they required really at the time, they can do this type of specific action, whether the test can be added or removed. So training record checking. So instrument calibration and maintenance. Training records is
can you again provide what is sample routing?
Sample routing is they can do like see here the terminology is around, like for example, once the sample is received to the laboratory, they can do the work allocation. So while doing the work allocation, there is a specific person whoever done the training. Like for example, the analyst has performed the training for the HPLC or GC. So the specific test can be assigned to that particular person. So routing means here they given the like one terminology. So sample allocation to the analyst like test wise. So as part of analyst qualification, whatever, for example, I am the analyst, I have done the qualification as part of the analyst qualification, like I have done the training for the HPLC, GC, water content, whatever is there. So if one lot is registered, that lot is having the two type of samples like chemical sample and microbiology sample. Under chemical sample, I am the analyst, I am having the work like authority to the analysis, like because of I have done the training completion. So HPLC analysis, GC analysis, whatever is there, like water content, the supervisor can be allowed to the work to the analyst. So I am the analyst, I can perform the analysis. After that, I can perform the result entry, and then once done, the regular workflow can be continued. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So training records is generally the analyst qualification module is having, we are having in LIMS application training records like, so for example, once the new joiner has joined in the quality control laboratory, so the person is having experience or fresher, whatever is there, as per their requirement, they can assign they can assign one person to the new joinee. So as part of the analyst qualification SOP, internal in-house SOP, they can give the training to the analyst. So at that time, the analyst qualification also is available into the LIMS. So we can assign those analysis to the analyst, so he can do the training everything into the LIMS. Like what would be like, we can assign the work to the analyst. So for example, HPLC training is there, he can perform the analysis. After that, he can do the result entry. So in analyst to qualification module, the supervisor can be update the analyst relevant training records into the analyst qualification model. So and at the time of work allocation, the supervisor can be get the analyst information. So whether the analyst has been trained or not. So for example, second analyst. So some A analyst is there, B analyst. A analyst is has been trained as part of the analyst qualification module for the HPLC training. So second person, B analyst, is not done. So while searching of that person, should not be the analysis should not be allotted to the that person. So we need to do this type of testing also as part of the operational qualification to the validation environment. So once the work allocation, how we can perform receiving the samples, we can receive the samples. After that, whatever the sampling was completed, we can do the receiving samples. After that, work allocation can be performed. Then, if anything like rescheduling personal monitor jobs, it would be like anyone monitoring, and under that, these kind of things can be coming. So inventory tracking, standards, volumetric solutions, ELN, instrument interface, SDMS. SDMS is like nothing but there is a scientific data management system. It would be like data archiving and uh, backup and archiving the data. So like it is from Waters Corporation. So whatever the data is generated into the particular instruments, whatever the file based or whether it is HPLC or GC, whatever is there, those kind of data can be archived. So we need to put the archive into the specific application like scientific data management system. So the data can be available into the long period, and the data can be tracked to any person. So if scientific data management system is anybody has been implemented, well, while doing the instrument interface, the data can be passing from the instrument to the LIMS is very easy. So why? Because the particular data, whatever is generated from the instrument, those data can be sent to the SDMS application. So there are some of the fields are there. Those fields we can update into the parsing scripts. So if we are updating those things, the data can be easily transferred from the through the parsing script, and there is a file-based instruments can be the data can be passed from the file-based instrument to the LIMS application. So inventory tracking, there is a different type of inventories are available, like chemicals, reagents, volumetric solutions, working standards. So these kind of data can be we can, registered into the LIMS system. Those can be approved, and I mean we can register. After that, we can receive, and from the analyst point of view, he can use into the analysis whenever they require. So result can be captured analysis time once the analysis has been performed by the analyst. So if any calculations is there like LOD, like LOD, like assay calculations, whatever is there. So if he is entering the particular information, for example, we can say there is a W1, W2, W3. The let us say water content like LOD calculation. LOD is having the before weight, after taking weight, and W1, W2, W3. So such type of calculations we can put into the LIMS as part of the analysis in the calculations. So calculated type of component we need to put to the analysis. So the data can be, if you are entering one by one in component level, W1, W2, W3. After that, you can get the result easily from the LIMS through the LIMS calculation. So ELN results is generally for electronic laboratory notebook for the which type of like R&D industries can be R&D people only can be used the ELN networks, ELN results kind of application. So approved, reject, and retest. If you are performing analysis once completed, after that review approval has been done, so we can approve the batch from the LIMS. If you want to do reject, for example, if you are any batch was out of spec was done, and the really investigation was completed, and we need to reject, we can reject from the approver login. So retest is nothing but there is a raw material, packing material is having different type of retests, like some raw materials are having 2 years and 3 years retest. Those kind of things also we can update to the LIMS application. So approve, order, retest, release report, and manage documents and record incidents. So if you are performing like OIS and OOT or any out of calibration was the, uh, uh, updated in the LIMS, those can be tracked from the LIMS. So external integration is web services. Through the web services, we can generate the reports and the query reports like ad hoc query reports, export PDFs like if you want to generate any PDF related extracted data, we can extract from the LIMS application. If you want to integrate different type of generally integration should not be recommended at the initial phases. Upcoming phases, generally if you want to prepare update like implement the complete LIMS life cycle, it would be take minimum 5 to 6 years. So the instrument integration part can be taken by the organizations at the later point of view, like once the to the 3 4 years, once you have completed all type of modules, then you can take the instrument integration. So guidelines for a successful LIMS implementation: business case preparation, collect and organize user requirements, segment and prioritize, critical to work process, priority to improves work process, nice to have, development of functional specification, evaluation of vendor responses, configuration, customization and integration, validation and testing, planning and maintenance. So here, if you are seeing here, there is a critical to work process and improves work process. So while doing the configuration for the LIMS is a like one type. Majority of the LIMS applications are about 95% of applications are configurable. It's not like customized. Customized would be like the persons can be in-housely, they can develop their own LIMS application. But so many organizations are depending on the LIMS vendors like Labware, Labventages, Bio application, Thermos, Fisher Scientific, and Caliber also. So once they're approach to the LIMS vendors, they can give the application. Before that, we need to properly assess the vendor whether the 21 for part 11 or EU GAMP and Ledger 11, the application is met or not. So based on that, the organizations can be followed. Why? Because the application to application, the if you want to purchase the application, so it would be like there is some, for example, if you are say if you are taking the Thermo Fisher Scientific LIMS, it would be so much cost lock. It would like 5 to 6 crores whenever you need to purchase and you need to get the license from the vendor. So you need to evaluate all the kind of vendor assessment properly before going for the LIMS application purchasing. So development of function specification. So function specification is generally whatever the default workflow can be provided from the vendor. So once they deliver it to the system to the LIMS core team, they can give proper training. Some whoever having the technical knowledge more and more from the organization. So vendor can be give the proper training. Based on that, the people can be do the development of the particular configuration of the LIMS modules. So according to the user requirements, whatever they are having, so they can do the configuration testing. Once it is done, they can go for the finalization of the complete workflow according to each and every module. If they are not met, if they are not satisfied properly, they can evaluate through the gap analysis document. They can update the gap assessment document properly. After that, again they can coordinate with the vendors. So whether the configuration is properly required, like according to the user requirement, they can update again their workflow as part of the each and sample login templates and table managers. So once they're done, after that they can perform the validation and testing. After that, they can deliver to the system to the end user. After that, it will be like planning and maintenance through the hypercare initial time. After that, there is a end user support should be required from the LIMS core team as part of, and as well as from the vendor. So key messages would be like a good information management system will ensure all data, the final product of the laboratory is well managed, ensure confidentiality and privacy of patient information, incorporate all the laboratory business process as part of the system, assure the accessibility, accuracy, timeliness and security of data, streamline sample tracking and sample workflow in the clinical laboratory. So the key message would be this kind of things can be we can easily achieve once you are done. We have implement the LIMS application in the organization. So here the below flow diagram explains about the complete LIMS workflow from the registration of materials to the generation of reports and archival of those generated data in the system. If you are seeing here as part of the lot management, so generally what happening, there is a manual lot creation as well as the SAP LIMS through if the SAP LIMS interface was done from the in the organization, they can push the lot from the SAP to LIMS. If they are not, sometimes it will be take time and while doing the initial phase time. So due to the timeline, stipulated timeline, stringent timeline, so people can be take the manual lot creation. So once they are familiar, they can incorporate, they can update the, they can go for the SAP LIMS interface. In between, they can do the some development like whether the LIMS is interface with the SAP or not. So those kind of things can be done by the LIMS core team. So sample registration once done, whether it is manual lot creation or SAP LIMS interface. So workflow management can be do like sample registration, like sampling, after that work allocation, then the test configuration. Test configuration is generally done through the as part of the LIMS master data only. So if you are having the master data appropriately, then the lot can be generated, the samples can be automatically generated. So after that, receiving of the samples, after that result entry, and then the result analysis, result input and result validation. Result input is here nothing but like analyst can be perform the result entry. Result validation here nothing but the people can be whoever having the from analytical quality assurance or the QC reviewers, whoever in the laboratory they are involving as part of the review process, they can do the review. After that, report generation can be done. Result validation is part of the approval also. Review and approval can be performed here. After that, report generation can be done from the COA as part of the COA generation from the respective supervisor. So if you are seeing here, the registration can be done. After that, the huge workflow here available. So registration can be done after that reception. Once they done the receiving the samples, after that preparation, work allocation. Preparation is nothing but generally after that work allocation only can be done the preparation. So preparation is nothing but sometimes what happening the volumetric like inventory type kind of things, and for example some inventory monitoring related samples, they can do the preparation in between. So that's what here they mentioned the preparation. So barcodes can be done, and other computers if you want to integrate anything, and other as a link labels, and through the printers can be we can get, and work list, work allocation can be done. So whatever if they mentioned here, those kind of things we can update into the through the visual workflow into the LIMS. So testing can be done, validation, approval, reporting, archival. So this type of things we can get, and if you are having any retest related information for raw material, packing materials, we can update those information into the LIMS system. So functionalities of LIMS divide into the 5 laboratory processing phase. The reception and login to in of a sample and associated customer data, the assignment, scheduling and tracking of the sample and the associated analytical workload, the processing and quality control associated with the sample and the utilized equipment and inventory, the storage of data associated with the sample analysis, the inspection, approval and compilation of the sample data for the reporting and further analysis. So the log, once the log is sample is logged into the system, so the customer data if you are available, like for example there is a raw material, packing material is having some type of COAs we can get from the vendors. So the data can be correlated to the LIMS or not, we can easily track. And the assignment, scheduling and tracking. So there is a scheduling of the samples from the environment monitoring as well as the instrument samples can be logged through the schedulers. So instrument scheduler and as well as stability scheduler, and as well as the environment monitoring scheduler. So different type of schedulers can be available, as well as SAP LIMS scheduler also. Those can be whether it is properly if it is working properly, those schedulers we can get the reports appropriately from the LIMS application. The processing and quality control associated with the sample and the utilized equipment and inventory. So whatever the for example how many for example there is one equipment is there. So equipment utilization also we can get from the LIMS application if we are interfaced to the LIMS application, the instruments. So inventory, how many inventories has been registered into the LIMS, and how many are in active, and how many are in like reconciliation was happening, and how many are discarded. Those kind of things we can get from the LIMS. The storage of this data associated with the sample analysis. So the as part of the table master in the LIMS, there is a storage conditions we can update as part of the master data. We can get well by doing the analysis before performing the analysis. Once the sampling was completed, we can keep in the respective samples into the specific temperature conditions, so that the sample performance, like sample condition can be appropriately maintained in the laboratory, so that the analysis performing time analyst should not get any false results. Why? Because the sample is appropriately maintained in the LIMS, like in the quality control laboratory. The inspection, approval, and compilation of the sample data for reporting and further analysis, we can inspect those kind of materials into the LIMS, and as well as the compilation can be done through the stability summary. If any stability related information, if we are implementing the stability module, so we can get the stability summary report. We can compile the compilation, the analysis results from the stability summary report. So additional functions is like audit management, barcode handling, chain of custody, compliance, customer relationship management, document management, instrument calibration and maintenance, inventory and equipment management, manual and electronic data entry, method management, personal workload management, quality assurance and control, reports, time tracking, and traceability workflows. You can get all the additional functions from the system. Audit management is nothing but, so each and every specific action we can get the audit history. Barcode handling, the whatever the samples and inventories, we can generate the labels. So the barcode can be available and on the labels, so we can get proper information which sample and which inventory has been registered into the LIMS. And chain of custody, the each and every workflow having the proper designed workflow we can maintain the system. And compliance, customer relationship management, document management. Customer relationship management, document management is like one type of document management we can integrate to the LIMS, like DMS, like SOPs, protocols, whatever is available, we can update into the document management, and those can be integrated to the LIMS. So if you want to, for example, while performing the analysis should not verify any physical document. If the document management has been implemented to the organization, we can integrate the document management to the LIMS application. So the analyst is obviously having the document management logging credentials. They can log into the system document management, and they can get the specification sensitivity, whatever they require for the reference while doing the performing of the analysis. Instrument calibration and maintenance. So instruments can be logged as per the scheduling. So this can be maintained through the system. So inventory and equipment management, different type of inventories are available in the laboratory. Those can be reached to the LIMS for their regular analysis purpose. So method management is like one type of method execution module is available in the system. So while transferring to the data into the quality and production environments, we can perform the method through the method execution model. We can do the testing, and we can finalize the master data through the method execution model. So reports, time tracking, traceability workflows can be maintained through the system. So advantage of LIMS is very fast report access and queries, reduction in paperwork, improved data quality, improved operation efficiency, simple to use Excel-like formulas, increased productivity gains, integration with other departments, reduces transcription errors, increases throughput, avoid duplication, ROI. Returns on investment is typically within 1 year. So if you are implementing all LIMS application, so we can track all the viral related information in the system, and the paperwork can be reduced and improved data quality. Errors should not be happen if we are done anything. So for example, I am the analyst, so I had done some falsification data entry in the system. So after that you done saving, so without ensuring. So after that reviewer has been find out those type of mistakes. So whatever performed by the analysis from the analyst, so it can be tracked to the system. So again he can revert it from the reviewer to the analyst. Analyst can be perform the result entry properly. So we can do all type of things, but whenever you are updating any data in the system, it can be trackable. So it can be updated as a modification data. Whatever you have done all the earlier data, and then it can be modified. That's what you can. The system can be updated as a modification. So we can track all the necessary information from the system. So return on investment is typically within 1 year. So for example, initial time it will be take time. Why? Because the people can be understand the system. It will take 3-4 months to get the proper knowledge about the system LIMS application. So after 1 year, the people can be familiar. Then the whatever is they can realize that the application is properly people are understanding, then they can continue the LIMS application with the proper understanding. So disadvantage is like training can be take more time to adapt the system, and cost and purchase it would be like so much money we need to invest from the organization. And physical restrictions, if the paper based is there, people can be easily update whatever the necessary corrections, but if we want after implementing the LIMS, it is not possible. So we need to get the some deviations and incidents, so it will take more and more time to close those such type of incidents. So need for backup system, all computer information must be carefully backed up. So data, so while doing the installation qualification time, we need to ensure that the data can be backed up or not. So as part of the protocol and test scripts, we need to ensure that, and we need to get the necessary screenshots. Those can be reviewed by the CSV team. So backup for related information has been properly updated on in the application. So loss of data and due to damage disk and such crash. So we need to get the backup on properly. Disaster recovery plan we need to maintain as part of the from the IT. IT guests can be taken from the each and every organizations. So, but if you are not properly updated, like disaster recovery is not related, then there is a huge loss of data can be happen. So it will be crucial. So a general awareness of LIMS environment and modules. So LIMS is coming category 4 as per the GAM file. Why? Because it can be configured for the industries for their intended use. Generally, LIMS contains 4 different type of environments, which includes the development environment, code testing and configuring the software based on the URS. Static environment, here the master data can be prepared. Validation, once the testing of all module functionalities based on the approved URS and FRA by using approved test protocols and test scripts. Production environment can be performed as part of the UAT. The user acceptance testing can be performed in the production environment before releasing to the end user. And the LIMS is having different type of modules based on the quality lab business process, which includes that lot management, raw material, packing material in process, record solvents like API industries, and finished product, lot creation to COA generation and release of lot, inventory management, chemicals, reagents, indicators, all type of things, whatever the laboratory is having. So such type of data we can manage through the inventory management. Instrument management is like scheduling of samples as per the part of the calibration schedules, like preventive maintenance and performance verification schedules. So those type of data we can update through the instrument. Hello, we can. Hello. Okay. So calibration, through the calibration schedule, we can update all the necessary information through the instrument management module. Stability manager, creation and approval of study, stability schedule, samples logging, analyzing, reviewing, approving and generation of stability summary report. Environment monitoring is scheduling, allocating, sampling, analyzer, review and generation of environment trend report. Micro is having different type of like micro media management, culture management, identification and in-house isolate. So miscellaneous inventory we can update as part of the environment monitoring module. So these many things are available into the LIMS application. So general awareness about the master data management. Master data management plays a very important key role in the LIMS. After successful deployment of the production environment, master data contains analysis, product, sample plan, item code, instrument, inventory, suppliers, unit, process unit, and schedules. So these etc. So many things are available. The table master is having nearly 198 tables are having. For each and every LIMS application having different type of table managers, but the data is whatever they updated that should be uh, properly need to be maintained through the as part of the master data management. Each and every master data object should be validated with the validation environment. We need to testing we need to perform in the development as well as the validation in static or development and validation environment, and it shall be migrated to the production environment by using the data migration procedure. LIMS roles can be played a very important role here. We need to assign the function privileges. For example, the LIMS application is having there is a 500 to 600 different type of function privileges are available based on their business process. we need to assign those function privileges to the as part of the business process, like in the quality control laboratory. Analyst is required which type of, for example, analyst can perform the sampling and result entry. Those type of function privileges we can assign to the analyst. QC supervisor, what he can perform, he can do the receiving of the samples and he can do the work allocation to the analyst. So those type of function privileges we can assign to the analyst supervisor. QC reviewer can be performed the reviewer. A reviewer function privileges we can assign. So according to the each and every role, we can assign the function privileges. But nonetheless, the system administrator can be having the all type of function privileges. Why? Because he needs to be mm, maintained the system. So if any issue was happening or some errors was happening, he can get the by writing the ad hoc query managers, and he can get the relevant information why the error was happening in the system. And once you are generally attending the application, tomorrow LIMS modules can be started by day one. So day one session and day two session, day three, day four session, I can briefly explain. So up to day 8 sessions. So here day one, it will be like LIMS general information can be covered, and LIMS basic workflow, and LIMS environments and modules, flow chart, URLs, how to create the LIMS master data for the analysis, product, sample plan, and item code. Day two would be like LIMS GXP assessment, validation plan, and IQ, OPPQ, and how to create the LIMS master data for the inventory. And day three would be configuration testing in development environment, functional testing in quality environment, UAT testing in production environment, how the people can be perform from the LIMS portal. And day four, validation summary report and data migration, how the data can be migrated from the one application to the another application. Day five is LIMS architecture, creation of master data inventory and inventory management workflow. Day six is lot management workflow, laboratory workflow, and master data instrument creation and instrument management workflow. Day seven would be stability management introduction, stability storage location management, and stability management entire workflow. Day eight is LIMS administration activities, user management, data migration, object package creation, installation and schedule management in LIMS, investigation management LIMS. So we can cover all the things into the upcoming sessions. So once the training sessions have been started. So the conclusion is the computer system for the laboratory data is often called as the laboratory information management system and is referred by the LIMS. The use of a computer system is becoming more common in the laboratories around the world. An appropriately designed and installed LIMS brings accuracy and accessibility to the flow of samples and data in the clinical laboratory. Okay, this would be the demo session. If you are having any questions, please ask me. I'll answer.
Hi, can we integrate HPLC to the LIMS?
Yes, we can integrate, but the HPLC should having the custom fits calculations.
And who will be the authorized?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, continue. I'll ask later.
Yeah.
Thank you. Who will be the authorized if any changes in the calculation and we need to change the calculation this thing formulas? Who will be the authorized in the LIMS?
Authorized can be, so see what happening. I'll tell the scenario here, LIMS. So calculations we need to test it in the static environment or development environment. So we can't do any such type of changes in the quality environment or validation and our production environment. Why? Because so calculations are we need to prepare and we need to configure as part of the master data. Okay. So for example, analysis calculations are there. You are saying that for example, there is assay calculation. Okay. Assay calculation is we need to put into the analysis and we need to do the as part of the method execution module. We need to test it. So whether the dummy results we can put, for example, there is assay calculation is there. So let us say volumetric solution calculation. There is a 0.1 normal SCL is there. 0.1 normal SCL calculation we need to put. For example, how much volume is consumed, what is the theoretical normality, and what is the formula type of things we need to put, numeric values and as well as the calculated components. So final formula we need to test those analysis we need to perform through the analysis execution module. those can be incorporated into the product master data. After that only we need to do the testing into the quality development environment. So once the testing has been successfully completed, those can be transferred to the through the data migration procedure from the development to quality to production. So you should not, like, for example, if you are getting some errors in the system, so it would be like their mistake, like master data team has been done some mistake, they didn't done proper evaluation. So they need to be write some type of incidents and deviations. They need to be correct the master data into the development again. So again, they need to be transferred to the production environment for the end user. So data can be transferred automatically. It can be overwrite into the production.
Hi,
Is
sir.
it clear? Yeah.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm you are
Sir,
audible.
for example, if a pharmaceutical organization adopts LIMS system
Hmm.
completely, does it guarantee success in FDA audits?
Yes, it can be a success, but what happening? For example, see, if you are see once you are implementing the application, okay, the validation documents can be verified by the appropriate regulatory agency. Okay,
Okay.
so sometimes what happening, they didn't verify, they don't have time, and they need to be check the uh, mm, complete system. So whatever the end user, we are delivering the system to the end user. So end user is using. So nearly 1 month, 2 months, or 5 months, 6 months done. So the regulatory auditors are visited to the organization. They can verify the, for example, they want to verify one working standard. Okay, how the working standard qualification was performed to the laboratory. So they can check. So the working standard has been registered. So working standard master data has been generated or not. I mean prepared or not in the application. So working standard has been registered. After that, once the working standard has been registered in the application, whether they done the qualification properly. So they are preparing, they are generating the labels through the barcode scanner or not. So
Okay.
qualification, like the analyst supervisor has been allotted to the analyst to the analysis to the analyst. Analyst has been performed. So whether the potency has been properly validated or not. So calculations was appropriately see, for example, working standard is there. There is a description test and identification. Like the identification should be like whether it is IR based on that molecule structure. So whether it is IR or UV or identification by HPLC or anhydrous basis or dry basis. If anhydrous basis is there, it is water content. Whether it is dry basis, it would be like LOD. So assay. So it would be like there is a 5 general tests are available. So the data is has been properly updated or not in the system. So if any modifications, for example, they done. So while doing the qualification itself, we need to evaluate properly. If we can't give through the function privilege, we can control. So the irrespective of LIMS administrator anybody should not delete the generation of data or any data in the system. So we need to do the proper validation while giving to the system to the end user.
Okay, sir. Sir, I want to
Yes.
become a
Yes.
business analyst in the LIMS, sir. So how can
Hmm.
I do it? I want to
Business
become a
analyst.
business analyst. Yes.
Okay. So okay,
So how can I do
business
it, sir?
analyst. You are saying how can?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So okay, business analyst is nothing but there is a see the IT people are saying that business analyst, right? So business
Yes.
analyst in point of view, there is like master data creation. He is called as a business point, like business analyst, and as well as like for example, yeah, once delivering the system to the end user, okay, what happening? There is a
Okay.
continuous support required for the end user. So
Mm-hmm.
how the support like there is the user creations. Okay, how the user can be created the LIMS. So for example,
Excuse me.
you are the one user in the quality control area. Okay, you got for
Okay.
example, for example I am the administrator. Okay, you raise the request to me. Okay,
Okay.
so through user access request, you you can mention your employee ID. Okay.
Okay.
After that, in user access request, you can mention that which type of role you require. Okay. For example, you are the analyst. Analyst only required, right? So analyst you can mention.
Okay.
So whether the you have trained properly or not for the LIMS application. So analyst is required some kind of SOP is required for the LIMS application. Whether he has been trained or not. So once you raise the request, it would be called to your supervisor. Supervisor can be ensure that this person has been trained or not for the LIMS application, like SOPs. So that request can be come to my as part of the LIMS administrator. I can create the users. So this is one type of user creation. So if you want to if you want to data migration, I'm talking about business analyst. If you want to
Okay.
migrate the data from one environment to another environment, or if you want to update the patches, whatever provided from the vendor, like different type of vendors. So configuration
Okay.
patches, if you want to update, so you can do that as part of the business analyst. You can update the patches into the specified environment. Okay. And one more thing, if you want to get any some error was happening in the LIMS application. So what is the exact root cause if you want to update, identify? At that time, you can write the ad hoc query manager through the LIMS application. Then you can get so you need to write some coding related language. Like for example, there is one component is having the issue. Okay. So for that, how I can write? So one component, one analysis. That analysis and component as part of the master data. So the master data team can be used in thousand master data. So how many master data the component has been updated as part of the analysis? If you're writing the ad hoc query manager through the some query manager, so select product from product analysis and select component. This type of SQL query you need to write. Then you can get the which component having the issue. So different type of queries we can write as part of the business analyst responsibility.
Sir, can you give me training on this business analyst, sir?
So business analyst, see, there is a master data creation I can give training, okay, and I can tell you some type of ad hoc query manager because of we don't have any applications to be explained to you. Okay.
Okay.
So the oral training, whatever is there, it can be beneficial for you. So how the data can be master data can be created, how the user ID creation can be done, how the master data movement can be done, and how the ad hoc query manager can be done.
Sir. Okay, sir. One more thing, sir.
Sorry,
Actually,
you
Good
do,
evening, sir.
okay.
yeah. Good evening. Tell me.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Myself Suresh, sir.
Sir,
Okay. No problem. Tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, myself Suresh.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
may I know
Tell me, Suresh.
which limbs you are taking reference and you are explaining or you are which limb?
So I can give the training about the labware.
Okay. So, you are going to share your labware screen to us, right?
No. Labware, I am having the documents. Okay.
Okay.
So I can explain the some of the procedures, okay,
Okay.
which are relevant to the labware application.
Through the
It should not like
screenshot.
labware application. We don't have, right. It should be like a organization structure. We can't get automatically through the labware LIMS application login.
Okay.
So sir will going to be teach through the screenshot actually. Okay, like how the load management will be handled, stability management will be handled through the application screenshot actually. Okay, that is how we're going to proceed actually.
Okay. Thank you.
sir, whether we'll get any assignment to do, like creation of masters in LIMS and all, like that kind of assignment, whether we'll get?
Assignment C, how to do the master data creation, I can explain. Okay, in between, if you are having any doubts, how to create the analysis, how to create the product, I can explain thoroughly. No issue about that.
Sir,
Okay, sir. Regarding
actually,
to this,
this,
any additional
Hmm.
settlement will get?
Hello.
hello,
Yes.
sir,
Apart
my
Yeah.
from
voice
this
is
Please,
audible, sir.
regular 2 hours
please,
classes,
please speak one person. There is
Sir,
echo. Yeah.
my
so
question was
actually,
regarding to additional information, sir.
Which one?
Because apart from our regular 2 hours classes on weekend,
Hmm.
whether we'll get any additional recordings about creating of master or any troubleshooting in LIMS, that will be
Recording will be
supporting, right?
provided to you. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Recording will be
Okay.
provided to you on your
Yes.
mail ID. Okay. So that you can
Okay.
pause the recording and write down in your notebook and create your
Okay.
own notebook. Okay.
The recording will be same like 2 hours what we are going through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
2 hours recording will be provided. Even the notes is also going to provide it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But
Sir, how
notes will
can we
not be
practice,
able
sir?
to
After
download
the
it. Okay, notes will not be downloaded. You can see the notes online. That should be clear. Okay.
Okay.
So how can we practice, sir?
If you want to have practice, we have to purchase the LIMS application, and it will be cost something 1 lakh rupees something. Okay, for a single license. If you're ready to pay some more amount, we'll purchase the LIMS application. That's also fine then.
Sir, that is actually for you can if 1 lakh we are spending means it is we can serve all the persons who are going to take training.
Exactly, one license will be enough for all the persons, but it cost a lot actually. Burden to
That is
our
that
people only.
cost
Okay, sir.
means 1 lakh only is it is enough for all.
It is a one license cost actually, sir.
That is only, sir. I am asking if one license is enough to circulate all the
Correct.
users.
ID and password can be used for
Uh-huh.
all. Same ID and password can be used actually for all the
Same
users.
ID and
Yes, yes,
password at same time we can able to use.
yes, yes. This I'm telling to you. Okay, sir.
Okay. So then integration of LIMS software to some other equipments that is also you can able to provide the training in this training it is going to
Not
cover.
possible. Not
Not
possible.
possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see here general awareness how to integrate the instruments through the link for the links. So
Okay.
I can give the proper see for example for the interview point of view you can easily understand which type of questions they can ask.
Mhm. But
Okay.
practical experience we were to get
Practical
no.
see practical experience if you want to get you need to purchase the software. Okay.
Mhm.
Software is not possible. Organization people are only having that is also restricted to only few people. It's not like
However,
all
you will
people they
not
want.
like. However, the problem will not be arise because we'll like teach through the screenshot. Each step by step screenshot is there under which module how many screen will be there, each everything is there in the screenshot actually, so don't
Okay.
means it won't impact on your learning capabilities. Okay, sir. And even
Just
you can
you can
have a this document as well, so that after the completion of a training you can also go through by yourselves all the screenshots actually. Okay, sir. Yes, sir, continue.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
ఏమంట ఏమడుగుతుంది ఇది ఏందా లేదు మనకు కాదులే మిగిలిన వాళ్ళకి.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah. Hello. Tell me. Yeah. Good evening.
So you do the training in the lab, right?
Yes.
If you want, so I want to know one thing. Actually, if you're a labber, you're going to write a subquery. Which language you're going to use that?
Which one? Not
If
getting.
you want to write a query in labber,
Mm.
which language you are going to use that? Computerized
SQL,
language.
SQL query.
Only the SQL.
Yes. SQL is sufficient for library.
Okay, there is no interlink with the Java.
No. See, Java Oracle, I am talking about any issue was happening and you are getting some errors. So SQL query is sufficient. What is the exact root cause? Okay. You are talking about Java Oracle is different. That is complete coding language for the each sample login templates, instrument login templates, whatever is there. Background coding can be written by the vendor technical team only. That is also vendor support team also should not write. That is done by the vendor technical team. Few people only can be right and should be restricted. Nobody can't touch coding related. If you are touching one place, it will be hit and where it can be hit. Nobody don't know. Again, we need to approach on to the vendor.
Okay, the subroutines and everything, right?
Yes, that's what I'm telling.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody is having any doubt and any clarity?
Okay, no question. So you may have received some link on the chat box. Just click on the link and share your feedback on the training session. Okay. Whatever the you feel, whether good or whatever it may be. Okay. Mention in a feedback form so that we can improve accordingly. So any other questions? Any person? So class is going to start from tomorrow, 8 to 9, 8 to 10 evening. These classes is only weekend 2 hours each day, Saturday and Sunday.
8 to 10 on Saturday, 6 to 8 on Sunday.
Yeah, correct. 6 to 8 on Sunday and 8 to 10 on Saturday. So just fill the feedback form and have a registration today or tomorrow itself so that we can have you can join the classes of the LIMS. So currently it may be slightly tough for you. Some things will be slightly technical language, but once you'll join the classes, it will be go with the very basic details actually, so that each and every person can understand in depth about the LIMS applications and its evaluation as well. Okay. Viren, do you have any question?
Yes, actually, in LIMS related jobs in IT sector, asking like SQL and other related some software related languages, they're asking like experience in that. So if this could be helpful or related only your how end user is using, how it is configuring, that only your in theoretically you're explaining.
See,
So with
1 minute,
that
1 minute. I can
technical
I can explain to you your answer. So here the complete LIMS administration activities, what would be like user creation, modification, and obsolete group addition of that particular user who were relieved from the organization, and as well as the data migration on environment another environment, and some type of ad hoc queries, and complete master data creation for all modules. Like will explain. Okay, it will be more beneficial to you. 50% of IT jobs for the LIMS related, they are asking mainly thing about the master data related and administration activities. So SQL related, if they are asking, the things whatever is there, I can explain the orally. Those can be maybe you can get some knowledge about that. Okay, so if the real application are available, we can deliver like to the training what type of SQL related queries are available through the ad hoc query manager from the LIMS application. So unfortunately, we don't have the LIMS application to explain all the things to you. Got it?
Sir, one doubt here.
Yeah. Yes. Tell me.
Now SQL also required for us. We need to
No.
train for SQL also.
Correct. What I'm telling, SQL is generally where it can be helpful while doing the configuration of the modules, whatever the related to the LIMS. Okay.
So, okay, if we are learning
Yeah.
means it is helpful only, correct?
It can be helpful. It can be helpful. Okay. So, for example, I can say there is a vendors are available labware. Okay. Labware is if you want to get the training from the labware for any SQL type of coding something, they can charge minimum 2 to 3 lakhs. That is also organization core team people only they can provide. They won't give to, for example, you are the
For
guy.
whom? For 1 minute. For whom they will give training?
For example, you are the LIMS core team guy. You are working in one organization.
Okay.
Organization people can be request to the vendor. This guy is required the technical related training related to the SQL query and administration activities. After that, they can evaluate and they can come to you after 1 month, 2 months, based on their time. They can give the training to you.
Okay. So
They
administrator
can't.
need not required.
No. Administrator only. See, the SQL queries where can be read. That guy can be IT related guy. Okay, he is the administrator.
Okay. IT person only will act as a administrator. He only
Yes.
need to be trained on SQL. Correct.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yes,
Sir,
Anil Kumar. Anjani Kumar. Yes.
sir, regarding master data, are you providing any material from that?
No. Whatever see, in training session only it would be sufficient to you how to create the master data. So recording sessions can be given by our team, right?
Okay.
The
So like,
training material will also be provided, sir. Regarding what the sir will share the PPT. The PPT will be provided, but those will not be downloadable. Okay, you cannot download those PPTs or those materials. Apart from that, some LIMS materials also provided, what we have in the PDF format. Okay, sir.
okay, sir. Thank you.
I hope your all questions are clarified. Okay.
Okay, then if everything is fine, then we can close the meeting. Just fill out the form by clicking on the link so that you can able to complete the feedback. Okay, then thanks for joining. Yes.
Yeah.
If you
Thank
have
you,
any
sir.
question? Okay, then. Yeah. Thanks. Bye bye.
Okay. Can meet by tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks for joining all of you.